Hey guys, my name is Sarah and today I'm going to be doing my first ever book haul. So I'm a college student and I'm obviously kind of low on cash because I have to pay for college. So I've been trying not to buy as many books, but I still have quite a lot that I've gotten. So I'm going to be talking about all the books that I've gotten so far freshman year. I'm going to start with the graphic novels and comic books section. First up we have Amazing, Fantastic, Incredible, A Marvelous Memoir by Stan Lee. This is Stan Lee's autobiography that people have also contributed to. That is a graphic novel which is just very Stan Lee, and I got this for my birthday from my mom back in November. And I haven't read it yet, but I really want to. Next I have Saga Volume 3, and I actually have the first two volumes of this series, but they're at home. And I haven't read this one yet, so I brought this one with me. Saga, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like sci-fi, but it's not like anything I've ever read before. It's really good and I would highly recommend it, but not if you're like under 16 because there are some very graphic scenes. Next I have Jessica Jones Alias Volume 1. So I watched the Jessica Jones TV series this semester and it was so good. I loved it so much, and so I just had to pick up her first issue that she was ever in. I read it right after I watched the series, so it was kind of weird jumping right into the comics after that, because they're different. Next we're going to have a section that I like to call my impulse target buys. So first we have A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I've been hearing really good things about this book for a while, and the movie just came out. Whenever movies get turned into books, it always brings my attention to them. This book sounds really good and I probably would have read it anyway. Next we have Three Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. Reagan over at Peruse Project was talking really highly about this book, so I got it because it just sounds super dark and really interesting. Next we have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I got one of the ones with the black pages, which I'm super excited about. I'm really interested in Leigh Bardugo's books. I've heard mixed things about the Grisha trilogy, but everyone seems to really like this book. And it's like a heist book with some characters that aren't so good, that are kind of the bad guys, and I'm always a sucker for stories like that, so yeah, Six of Crows. Next we have Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. I'm actually reading this book right now and I really like it. It's kind of easy to read, but you kind of want that every once in a while. I love how diverse the characters in this book are, and the romance is really sweet. It's also pretty sad. I haven't gotten to the end, so don't spoil me yet. Next we have Gunslinger by Stephen King, which is the first book in the Dark Tower series. I have been wanting to get into Stephen King for a while, but I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to scary books, and this is a fantasy series more than a horror series, so I thought this would be a good introduction, and I've just heard really great things about this series overall. Next I have Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur? By Rupi Kaur? I don't know how to pronounce that name. This is a collection of poems that I've heard really good things about, and it was on sale. I thought I would pick it up for more diverse reading. Then I got Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I thought that this series sounded really interesting and I have been wanting to read it, but I was waiting until the other book in the duology came out, and now it's out, so I'm gonna read this soon. I absolutely love pirate things, and I think that this book has something about that, or like sailing or something like that, so I'm really excited, and also I'm a big fan of time travel, so looking forward to this one. Next I have The Demon King, the first book in the Seven Realms series by Cinda Williams-Chima. I've heard that this series is a really well-written YA fantasy series, and I've wanted something more well-written because a lot of YA fantasy isn't that well-written, but I've heard really good things about this, so I'm excited to pick this up. Next I have Furthermore by Tejada Mafi. Gonna be honest, if this cover wasn't as good as it was, I don't know if I would have gotten it. I tried to read Shatter Me by Tejada Mafi, and I might try to read it again, but I couldn't really get into it. I have been wanting something middle grade lately because I just really want, you know, that like pure fantasy, innocent feeling, and I thought that this would be a good one to pick up. Moving on from the Target stuff, these are other miscellaneous books that I've gotten. So first I have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I'm also currently reading this one. This is about Achilles and his friend slash lover slash assistant, I don't know what to call him, Patroclus. Their relationship was kind of ambiguous in history, and so this is one interpretation of it, and it is so beautifully written. Like, some of the most beautiful prose I have ever read in my entire life. And the story is just so compelling and the romance is amazing. Also, It's just so gay. It's great. It's wonderful. Next I have Ahsoka by E.K. Johnston. I am a giant Star Wars fan. Like, it's probably the thing that I'm most obsessed with besides books. Maybe borderlining on more than books, but that's sacrilege, so it's fine. We're not going to talk about it. It's fine. I absolutely loved the Clone Wars, and I loved Ahsoka so much. Like, she's one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. And so when I heard that this book was coming out, I was so freaking excited, and I really love E.K. Johnston. I have only read one other book by her, which is Exit Pursued by a Bear, but I absolutely loved that book. It was fantastic. If you guys would like me to do a Star Wars book recommendation video, let me know, because I've read a lot of Star Wars books. I feel like they're very accessible to the booktube community, but no one has really done it. So let me know if you would like to see that. For my birthday, I got the entire Harry Potter series in the New American Paperback Edition, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and I love them, and I love how the spines make Hogwarts, and they're just so beautiful. And I just love Harry Potter so much. Next I have A Cup of Water Under My Bed by Daisy Hernandez. I bought this book for class because we're reading it in my creative writing class, and I really like this book. It's almost poetry, but it's not. It's just a memoir about Daisy Hernandez's life. I actually got to meet her, which was super cool. And this is about her life as a Latin American woman growing up, and her family struggles with poverty, and her struggles with sexuality and religion and a bunch of different things. It's really good. I highly recommend it. And last but not least, I have The High Ground by Melinda Snodgrass. I met Melinda Snodgrass at a convention, and I actually got the book signed by her, so that's cool. This is a space opera science fiction fantasy book. This is about two people on two sides of this conflict in a subjugated solar system. I'm always a fan of space opera.